Ever wondered how to join Shaxi as a rider? Well, the process is as easy as pie, and today you'll learn all about it. First things first, you'll need to get the Shaxi app. A quick visit to your phone's application store, whether the App Store or Google Play, will do the trick. Search for Shaxi, download it, and you're off to a good start. Now that you've got the app, it's time to sign up. You'll be prompted to provide some necessary information. The most important part of this step is verifying your phone number. This is a security measure put in place to ensure a safe experience for everyone using Shaxi. You'll receive a text message with a code, input it, and voila, your number is verified. Next, you're going to set up your passenger profile. This is where you can add a profile picture, input your name, and other details. It's all about making the ride experience as personalized and comfortable as possible. You can now search for rides at your convenience. Whether you're heading to work, school, or just about anywhere, Shaxi is ready to get you there. The next step is to request the ride. You'll need to confirm the details of your trip, including the destination and pickup point. And just like that, you're ready to enjoy your journey. Sit back, relax, and let Shaxi take you where you need to go. To cap it all off, after enjoying your ride, why not share your great experience? Tag at Shaxi Ghana on social media and let the world know about your fantastic journey with Shaxi. So there you have it. Joining Shaxi as a rider is as simple as downloading the app, signing up, verifying your phone number, setting up your profile, searching for rides, requesting and confirming your ride, and then enjoying the journey. It's a quick and straightforward process designed to make your life easier. With Shaxi, the world is at your fingertips. Shaxi, it's time to ride.
1 2 1 2. Tim is seated on a Thursday evening right here on Sammy Flex TV, Showbiz Daily. It is, and we are ready. My name is Sammy Flex. Today is going to be a 4-man agenda, and of course, when it is a 4-man agenda, then you should know that it's going to be a long night, especially when you have a long job. When you have a long John, it is going to be a long night. But we'll try to do it back. Then we can run away from here. You guys are welcome. The year is still fresh, therefore everything looks new and fresh as well. My name is Sammy Flex. In the studio, gentlemen are seated. Roland Amate, who is at my immediate left. He represents Shaxi, Shatta Movement Empire, Roland Report, as well as showbizchannelgh.com. And in the middle, in Team Dode Solomon, he's also called Chemo. Chemo is our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited and in Dosu Digital Solutions. And I also have at the extreme left, man like Long John. Long John is a blogger, he's a journalist, producer, and of course he joins us here as one of our panelists as well. A big shout out to man like I've forgotten the name. Clifford, yes, Clifford is a shadow pandit. Alongside our team of producers, Sam Tuga on camera, Theophilus Digosh, and Buju Lens. Special thanks to you for joining us. Now, what are some of the topics running down in our industry? Let's start with a little bit of governance, because that is what is fresh in Ghana. The freshest stories everybody is trying to discuss is about governance. In our showbiz space where we represent, one top discussion has been who are the likely names to come up for, especially Ministry of Arts, Tourism and Culture, aka MOTAC, Ministry of Arts, Tourism and Culture. I know some people are throwing some names around. Some of them, they have even been there before, like Jifago, Mashi and Co. They have been there before. And there are others that others are thinking that they have the knowledge, like the Babasa Dix, like the Rexomas. In fact, names are being thrown about. Meanwhile, when you go into the nitty-gritty, conversations around it is also that some people think we are not supposed to, or we don't have to necessarily pick someone for that ministry because he's an industry person. Some people even think that those who have been picked from the industry, they failed us or they disappointed us. I wouldn't want to mention Okrakumante's name, but people think that, even he disappointed us, he did not really contribute like that. So conversations have started. In fact, GNE Akofa has spoken. Let me see her headline on Ghana Web, as Ghana Web captured it. And some 1 or 2 people who are talking. GNE Akofa says, appoint the right people for the creative arts minister. And again, John Dumelo is also talking. He says, being arts and culture minister goes beyond being a creative. I started devil. Who are the likely when some of these statements? How do we handle them? Chebo, let me start from the Conti level. What are the Conti people saying?
Yeah, there a lot is going on there.
I
mean,
know.
They are having the banter as usual. But now the NDC people are talking more.
Oh, I see.
Because their leader is in power now. So it's like you choose whoever you want to choose, and later we will criticize you for your choice. Kind of, yeah.
I see.
So yeah, I think this is part of the antics of the people that they want to head that ministry. Yes, some people will say choose the right people, but the right people is in their head. They will find a way to say it in a way that you think that they are neutral. They want somebody to be there. So that's what they will say. For me, I agree with John Dumelo. Being a minister, being a director or CEO of a company, sometimes has nothing to do with your what you have done in terms of what you practice. Like we can get a judge, a lawyer, or a doctor heading creative ministry, and that person will do better job than even an actor, actress, or whoever with experience in even creative.
I often doubt this though.
Yeah,
it is like saying someone who was trained as a medical doctor can be a good presenter than the guy who was trained.
It has
in the
happened
media
before.
space.
Don't worry yourself. We have a lot.
But the number of times that has happened compared to those who were given positions in their terrain.
In the same vein, some people who are, in fact, they have gone to broadcasting school and whatever, but they don't know thing. They can't do the presentation the way that you want them to do it. So my point is, we need a competent person to handle that position, and it has nothing to do with your background, especially if it is a managerial position. And this is a managerial position. So if you are a creative, if you are a good actor or actress, it doesn't mean that you can be a good manager. We have people with that background, but they can't manage anybody. Their communicating skill with others are poor. So if you allow them to lead, I mean, total failure. So I will just say that we need competent person to handle the position, and we should forget about you being creative. Like if you are a creative person, it shouldn't be automatic, or it shouldn't be a guarantee that you can do the job. But if you have what it takes to do it, why not? You can still also be there pushing for the same position. Just that it should go beyond that. Oh, he was a musician, so let's give him the position. I don't want to hear that. Somebody like Obo, for me, I think he did well. Or now he will be no more anyway. So I think he did well at the time that he was in charge of Ghana Post. But he was a musician.
Will it be surprised if someone like Obo is given position as the tourism minister?
Now, yeah, I will be surprised.
Why?
From the other camp, I mean, the grassroots people will not agree to
because he's an MPP person.
Yes, of course. He's an MPP person, so there's no way that the grassroots people who have no power will allow
those
this.
Who kicked Stoneboy, no?
Yes, those who kick Stoneboy will kick Obo out. So for me, I think they shouldn't dare even suggest his name. His name coming even to be part of the list, it will cause some chaos. So for me, I think they should just appoint a competent person, and that person can have any kind of background. Yes, we just need somebody who can manage the space very well.
Well, so what it means is that Chemo is of the view that the fact that you are an actor, you are a presenter, a media person, does not mean you should be given positions in the creative arts sector. That is what Chemo wants us to believe. Well, let me go to Roland Amate and get his opinion on this role. Based on some of these commentaries and the fact that we need to get some people there to occupy the position, what do you say? And let me give you one example. The last creative arts minister, Do you remember his name? Japan something.
I've forgotten. The one who succeeded Mr.
Japan
Mesa, yeah.
Do you know?
He was a lawyer.
Do you know? He said he was not well versed in the creative industry.
Of course.
One time.
He
mentioned.
Yeah.
So why should we take someone who himself knows that? But I'm with my best and cry minimum.
That brings me to my point. My own is that yes, we all would agree that asking them to actually appoint a competent person, it is a general advice that Obia Beka. But if you are being asked to go and bring who you think is the competent person, I don't know who so Ninipa and I say Obia or Obi or person or occupy that particular position. You understand? And every other or any other person that you are going to appoint or choose will be under certain form of scrutiny. The flaws and the strength of the person will actually come to bear, and some people will still not agree. That is why I agree with John Dumelo to say that being a creative arts minister goes beyond you being a creative. It goes beyond you being a creative. In this sense that, yes, we all know in the creative arts space, there are so many positions, so many departments. There are ones that are just the creatives. Theirs is to create the content. And there are people who are there to manage the creatives. So yes, the fact that you belong to the creative arts industry doesn't automatically give you that edge or that stamp. Say, okay, you should be the creative arts minister. However, it should be a plus. It should be one of the qualifications. That is to me. Because you see, taking decisions on behalf of people where you don't understand their day-to-day running is also dangerous. And a typical example is what you just gave. Because in that sense, if some people from the creative arts sector comes to tell this same minister that, oh, we need to organize these events to generate these kind of funds into the economy, because they don't actually understand or have some deep understanding of how we are going to do the things, it will come as if say ye pese ye just kakobo show. It will come as if say ye pese ye just kakoye fanfare. Oh, to say na omo ye dinner, ye invite musicians some beto. That's how they are going to see it. And they may not see probably the long economic benefits of whatever we are trying to push. But if you have a minister or maybe a deputy, that is why so many people were disappointed in somebody like Honorable Makokreku. You understand? If you have a minister or a deputy who is actually coming from that background and has some level of understanding on how things are done there, will be able to translate it and explain things better to somebody who probably may not have an in-depth knowledge of the space. Until there, remember to say, we have maybe Honorable Minister Wale, who was once the head minister, right? And Makokreku the deputy. Now, what it means is that Mark is supposed to actually translate whatever conversation, because if he has the creative to come and tell you what their problem is, everybody will say something that they will think you are supposed to understand. But Honorable Makokreku is the one that is supposed to actually refine whatever conversation we have in the space into the ministry, for them to know, say, okay, what if these people come for fans to organize some level of events in the space? It is not just for fanfare, but this is what the returns would be. But unfortunately, whether that kind of communication to me, the result, we didn't see anything. So people will just assume either say anko and I say young campo. You understand? So that one there, so
but the guy won't do it.
Exactly my point. And I make her say, ne corner emba will determine how you translate it. Because me, I've also been on of the view that sometimes we the creative self, bro, in terms of transparency and how we explain ourselves and the things we do to these people, sometimes we don't do it right.
Sure.
You understand? So if you have a minister or somebody coming from the space who would want to go and lobby on your behalf and is able to move beyond the creative arts language, the canon on the grounds, to actually give it a good presentation. I didn't know about me. I catch him say nipa way into the same like M1 M5 space. You get what I mean? Okay. That is why I understand that the person should go beyond just being a creative. The person should have like administrative knowledge, managerial knowledge, and that one goes beyond say, okay, or your former musician, and now or you acting, and now or you creative in the space. If the person has that kind of managerial position, Obe say, okay, now it is not just about my career, but I am managing. Looks like me a manager for all the creatives in the space. In that sense, so communicating BB even to the heads to get certain form of funds to the space. Obe who style be present here at the end. No koka say, oh, my sky and kobo show keke, just like an ordinary creative would put it.
Well, another opinion shared there as to who is likely to lead that industry where we all belong. Let me go on to Long John to get his first opinion on this. Long John.
Okay, so I would like to first of all greet our viewers. We appreciate their effort, and then we also see their comment. They should keep it coming. First of all, I'm highly disappointed in our seniors' comment on such an issue. If I say our senior, I mean Dumelo. It is very disappointing to see someone of his caliber say something like this. If you are abreast with the Western style of ruling, you understand that certain things call for professionals. No matter what you do, no matter the skill you have, whatever, if there are professionals on board, it allows it to run smoothly. What do I mean? Even with our normal day-to-day school and then admission and stuff, from senior high school to uni, there are certain programs. If you've not read a certain particular course in senior high school, you can't do it. Now, what is the mean?
Not you can't.
No, you can't unless you go and read that program. Yes, they will not allow you. Okay, sorry. Yeah, right. Thank you very much. Thank you for the correction. They will not allow you to read that program.
Exactly.
Now, the reason being that, for instance, if you want to do nursing and you've not done anything related to science or home economics, it's going to you are not going to get any admission in any school because they feel even with general art you have no knowledge with regards to science, and they are right. You understand? Now, we have something we call professional courses. If you are abreast with education, we have certain courses that are professional, and we have the others which are general knowledge and stuff. Now, professional courses are ones that require some different skill and talent to be able to perform. For instance, if you are to do a talent show, I don't think if you are permitted to have an artist and then a pundit or a creative, just any creative, you put down the artist and take the pundit. I bet you take the artist before, if maybe you consider the pundit. Why? Because whatever you are going to, or whatever judgment the artist will pick out, is going to be based on his professionalism in the game, his understanding in the game, his experience in the game. Do you understand? So if you are playing a role like, let's take it back to the creative arts, you want to lead a whole creative art sector. Now, what is the main key of the creative art? We are solely into the culture, the art, and then the entertainment of the whole ecosystem, as in Ghana in general.
So the creative aspect of the country.
Everybody has, whether you like it or not, everybody has a human managerial skill. Where we learnt that from is from our very immediate environment, which is our family. The moment you start relating to your sibling, you've learnt a human skill. You've learnt how to communicate. That is where you learn. That is why at a point in life, you go to boarding school at a point in life. So you can't tell me as a human being, you don't know how to handle certain situations.
I disagree. A lot of people don't know how to do those things.
That's where you have a problem. If someone doesn't understand how to manage a particular...
Some people cannot even manage themselves.
Hold on. That's why... Hold on.
Yeah, there are some people who can...
They can't manage themselves.
I want us to be honest. First of all, before you are given a ministerial position, these are criteria that you need to tick. These boxes you have to tick. And I'm not sure the president, who can manage those stuff.
Who at least has some track record.
So some of this conversation, we should just take them out because those are conversations that wouldn't even start.
Okay.
Now, let's take,
you might have gotten
to that level. Because for you to even rise to that rank, to even be considered for nomination, that means you have a very good
Track record.
Yeah, track record.
Managerial track record.
Yes.
Exactly. At least
So,
something.
Now we are delving straight into the art. Now, lobbying for contract and everything, even if the person is not good at it, you can hire an agency. That is what our sports do. We have coaches that can speak a particular language, but they hire translators. The coach know the work. So what they do is they give the pointers and then the translator translates to the team.
Okay.
Why don't they employ the translator so that he works on the game? Because he can equally give one or two because he has worked with coaches, so he knows the game. But that's not how it's done. They need that coach because he's skilled in there. That is where his talent is.
Okay.
So it is very wrong. It's like giving an ministerial position to someone who doesn't have a farm or has not been into anything regarding. It doesn't mean you have to go and read or study agric. It is about the practicalization of that field. Onye bida. Osi yamfan shows him.
Yeah, first year.
But
Yeah,
you
first
know,
year,
we
man.
have a lot of coaches who are not footballers. In fact, they have not played football.
That is what. No, it's not. It is about the positions.
But what it means is that they've learned the skill.
The skill.
or the knowledge of
Yeah, of
You
course.
school to become a
So
coach.
the same way,
No.
we have some people who can manage
So
artists.
indirectly, those
and
people,
they-
more or less, it is their school.
Yes.
So they are fit.
Hold on.
But here in this case, we have
Even
people
players-
who are not creative.
No. Let me
But
correct
they
this.
have managed
Hold on.
creative
Let me
people.
correct this.
Yeah.
Even players
Yeah.
have to school before they become coach. Are you aware?
Yeah, of course.
You don't just finish and become coach.
Yes.
So it has still nullified your point.
No.
Let me explain to you.
Okay. Chama, let's wrap up. Yeah.
Let me
you-
explain
About
to
of
you.
time. Yes.
Yeah,
Be wrapping up.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is,
Mhm.
I think with the field, if we should allow just anybody to enter our field, I feel it would be a total disrespect. You gave a very clear example of an ex-minister who actually made it clearly, and that was an insult to our
Oh,
face.
he mentioned it.
Yes,
he
said
yeah,
it.
yes,
for that
in
one,
public,
you know
and
that.
it was all over that he has no idea about the creative art ministry. First of all, it's an insult to the president. It's an insult to the board that sat down to actually question him and then
agree
still
to
pass him,
But
to vet him and then pass him. And it's an insult to Ghanaians. It means you made wrong choice in our leadership. You understand? And going forward, this type of mistake shouldn't happen. You understand? So I think the best way for us to, one, grow a particular field is to look for practical people who have played pivotal roles in there, to hand that place over to them, to be able to see, at least if not 100%, at least a close to 100% performance in that ministry. If not for anything, even though our minister, currently he's going to be the ex-minister, Ketukuku, didn't really do much. But we saw him, yes, we saw him spearhead conversation leading foreign event organizers to come into the country. You understand? If not for anything at all, these are things we can applaud him for. You understand? So imagine he wasn't in the field. It is then that way the conversation is always going to be our money. We don't have money, so this.
You are of the view that we pick some people.
Yes, someone who is
knowledge
skilled. Yes.
in the
But
Yes,
he's
because it's a
the
very
same
serious
person. He's the
Point
same
one,
person who
yes.
suggested
Let's
that
go.
we should have studios in our region.
Which was a whack
Everywhere.
decision.
Yes. And he is knowledgeable in
You
this.
see,
Which was a whack
see,
decision.
You see,
Yeah.
then that
The
way,
same person.
that way, you see, no, it's not an individual.
He's-
Hold on, it's not an individual that makes the decision. They always have a board, a committee.
Yeah, of course.
So he didn't just wake up to bring up that decision. In fact, he's a deputy minister.
No, this particular one, he said.
But
No, I'm saying
And
something.
he
He
should
didn't
have
just wake up.
objected to it,
I
because
can
he was
tell you
also
boldly
pushing
that
for it.
he didn't just wake up to say it.
Yeah, of
There's a
course.
committee that sat down to it,
But that's
and they
what-
agreed.
But he
So-
was in
so
support of it.
we shouldn't just blame him. He was misled by a whole committee.
And
He's
he was pushed to come and say.
Yes. No, he wasn't. No, I'm not saying he was pushed to come
Okay,
and
no,
say.
no, but your
I'm
point
saying,
won me. Your
yes.
point won me.
I'm
Yeah.
saying
Mm.
a whole team sat down to allow that narrative. So we should blame the whole team.
Okay.
That's it.
So Long John is also of the view that we should let our people handle such affairs. So like Baba Sadiq, Rexuma.
Well, for them, I think they have track record. They have managed big things.
Companies.
So for them, I will not object.
Well,
to
let's
that.
move on to
That
the
one.
next business. Also, some way, somehow limited to governance. And I'll start this with Long John. Long John, I'm still going to be on you. When you go on Ghana Web, there is a story that has been captured here. And it says, back to Gary Showkins. Sarkodie's latest post sparks reactions online. Back to Gary Showkins. Sarkodie's latest post sparks reactions online. You are starting.
You are starting.
I know why I'm making it start. We're not ending.
So let me delve
We are
straight
having
into it.
conversation.
Because I don't know. So be a man is on. Number 20 in the area. Oh, no problem.
Well,
we are having conversation. So
Sarkodie's recent Instagram post has sparked a heated debate on social media. On January 8, 2028, the rapper shared a story on Instagram that simply read, back to Gary Showkins like we never left. Although the post lacked context, many interpreted the comment as a reaction to President John Dramani Mahama's return to office on January 7th, following his victory in 2024 general elections. Sarkodie has previously been vocal about his dissatisfaction with Mahama's administration from 2013 to 2016, often expressing his grievances through his music. However, the rapper's relative silence during the Akufo-Addo administration from 2017 to 2024 led some to speculate that he had aligned himself with the NPP. Currently, his latest post has triggered a mix of reactions, with some critics accusing him of hypocrisy, while others have threatened to withdraw their support for his craft. Despite the backlash, many of his fans have defended the rapper, arguing that the post was not a political commentary, but rather a light-hearted reflection on life's simplicities. This is the story.
Okay.
And Long John will start. I'll not let Long John put pieces together and bend them. Set your own fire.
Okay, I'll set my own fire. I'll do that. I'm good at it.
Mhm.
Now, first, you rightly said something. I'll pick it from the second point, which is he was trying to give an example of how he wants to be simplify his life.
Yes.
I think if in any typical home, if you should be invited to that home and someone tells you, Charlie, do I need to be in you? I don't think the first thing someone will think of is, even despite, if you have to go to despite home, and then despite tell you, boss, they say, do I need to be in you? Hey, despite they're not a simple pound. The first statement you make, hey, I'm saying, Charlie, let's be honest as human beings. Let's not try to play rhetorics. This conversation of Sarkodie, one, we are looking at timing. Two, we are looking at context. Three, we are looking at who said it. Now, Obedihova, we know you too well. We know you are someone who is very vocal if things are tough. We know you are someone who speaks truth to power and everything. But we remember very clearly, in the last 8 years, our very own Obedihova went silent for 8 years. The only time we heard of him was when he was big up in Nana Akufo-Addo for his good initiative of the free SHS, which is a good thing. And it seems after that big up, he never saw anything wrong or good to say again. Even to the extent when social media users got at him to tell him, Bonsu, with the suffer, you know, go talk something. He said, people can't force him to, forgetting it is the same people that made him. People can't force him to make comments about current happening. He does that at his own will. No problem. And timing. So you decide to do that at your own will. When we were fighting against Galamsey, you had nothing to say. When Doomsaw was very rampant, you had nothing to say. Now, we swear in our revered and most honored president, Honorable His Excellency His Royal Majesty John Dramani Mahama yesterday.
Good.
And you decided to find your voice to tell us that you are switching back to from your lavish lifestyle to Gari Soakings. First of all, we no send you. When you were switching to your lavish lifestyle, you didn't inform us. 2, why do you wait after the swearing in? That should be your first post. As one, an influential personality as your kind.
Do you have?
Hold on.
Do you have time slot for
Let
him
me-
as to when he can post?
I like
Yes,
this
of
question.
course.
Very sweet and tasteful. Now let me give you an answer to that. That particular tweet, at that time, he has not even congratulated the president.
He's not under any obligation to congratulate.
And it is very distasteful for anybody to say he is not under any obligation to congratulate,
why?
because
Has
he is an
every person in
influential.
Ghana-
Hold on.
No, has every
Hold on.
influential person in Ghana
No,
congratulated the
no,
president?
it is not. And Sarkodie is not just anybody. Let's be honest. What you're trying to do here, but
What
Sarkodie,
I mean
no.
is, if you expect at all costs a
No,
congratulatory message from him,
uncle.
then you are not being fair to him.
Uncle, I want to be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Sarkodie is not just anybody. If you are talking about influence, we are not talking about someone. This is someone who has written about Gari Soakings. We are discussing about it. He has written about Gari Soakings. We are discussing about it.
That's a point.
Yes. So we are not talking about him just being anybody. But the fact that when he speaks, it causes grounds to shake.
Uproar.
Yes. This is the man we are talking about. You didn't find your pen to write a congratulatory message to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But what came into your mind is to tell us that you are going back to, you didn't say, I'm going back to a simple lifestyle. Or
He didn't even say Kivu Gari.
you didn't even straight to Kivo Gari. You are going back to our OG. Yes. You are going back to Gari Soakings. Do you know the level of Gari Soakings? Kivo Gari has level over Gari Soakings. Gari Soakings has no brand though.
Yeah.
It has no advert. It's a tongue. That is Gari Soakings, senior brother of Kivo Gari.
Yeah.
Obedi didn't get that sense to post this thing. It be after swearing in, you the post down. And you want me to believe you are switching back to your simple lifestyle. Even let's believe you are switching back to your simple lifestyle. I beg you. Soakings no. O switch here no. What does it have to us?
But there are so many things that why and Yoshi but still the kind.
Give me an example.
Oh, Sarkodie has been posting a lot.
Hey,
Say
it's
one.
never true.
Oh, what
Say
are you
one.
saying?
It's
Say
never
one.
true.
The fact that
Obedi-
say one,
It
that's-
means-
Obedi-
no, it
So
doesn't.
Obedi doesn't.
Sarkodie doesn't post about himself.
Look,
When some
hold
time
on.
ago,
It's
I'm
in the
coming. He said I should
context.
give
So
you one.
let
give
me
us
bust
one.
your mind.
When some time ago, Sarkodie came to tweet that his child, I think the girl, likes Dope Nation song.
Yeah.
Never heard of him. But I said opposite.
It's in
No,
the
no,
context.
no, it's in the context. Because at that time they were the
determining
hottest.
that-
Do you love arts? Look no further. Tetekwarshi Art Market is your ultimate destination for the finest handicrafts made in Ghana. From unique designs to authentic Ghanaian artistry, we bring you the best of local craftsmanship. Find us at Tetekwarshi Interchange, along George Bush Highway, adjacent to Evergreen Palms and the Talo office. Need more details? Call us today at 0244631771 or 0553209514. Come, explore and take home a piece of Ghana's creative heritage. Tetekwarshi Art Market. Experience art. Celebrate culture.
Yes.
Yes.
He's
was-
endorsing Dope Nation.
God bless you. You live
That's
long.
that's the
I like that.
Mhm.
Now let me also show you. when Sarkodie signed with Finance as a brand ambassador, he did a post showing say or the Finance by your soaking credit. Now, if you are doing that post because you are a brand ambassador, it makes sense. What makes you do Gari Soaking's post right after Mohammed swearing in if you are not against the NDC government?
Okay, so you are part of the people.
And I am saying it authoritatively. Or they showing clearly signs and symptoms of MPP sympathizer. No two ways. And what I understand by that post
you
is
are suggesting that he's showing.
I am saying emphatically.
No, you can't be emphatic.
But
you can't,
he was emphatic with the Soakings.
but you can't be emphatic.
Why can't I be emphatic?
You can suggest,
my own opinion.
No, you can suggest that what he is saying.
I am emphatic with my own opinion. No. My own opinion, I'm emphatic.
Opinion for you.
Yeah, exactly. You see, I am and you see, that Soakings reference, one, is an insult. What he is even trying to say in there is, Afedie, Menyano, anything negative this government will do, I'll say. That is how I understand it. That's Soakings' statement he has made. He means, because for you to write, you are now switching back to Soakings. It means, assemble to obetro because Soakings there, and papa yetro.
Okay.
I don't know if you're getting me.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
That's basically it.
Long John, of course, he's finished setting up his fire, like you said. Let me go on to Chemu. Chemu, come through.
Oh, Marula na fine.
Argument has one flat.
Okay, Chemu, come through.
Well, obviously, SAC is shading the current administration.
Yes. Chemu,
it's so straightforward. I mean, the timing is everything. I mean, obviously, he has done certain things and people will question him or say
you know,
something.
some time ago, Sarkodie said something.
Yeah.
He said now he struggles to even write.
Yeah.
I'm talking about his songs.
Yeah, of course.
He says the simple things that anybody at all can say.
Yeah.
When he says it,
Yes.
it becomes a problem.
Yes. And I agree, and it's true.
And this is the same thing we are crucifying him for.
Hold on.
Yes,
This
it's
is what we are
because of
crucifying him for now.
it's because of his position and the impact that he has in the society.
You live long.
So obviously, I think he has realized that. So even saying it now is giving. I mean, what you are saying is even buttressing the point that yes, he can't just say anything and we have to take it just like that. No. You see, he could have said Kivu Gari, but you know why he didn't say that? He will be endorsing Kivu Gari, and he will want them to pay for it. So for him to say back to Gari Soakings, he's talking about like getting back to the point that he cannot even afford to buy Kivu Gari.
Yeah.
That's the point that he's trying to make. And it's symbolic. We know that Sarkodie will not go hungry, as he said that. So we could have Titi publishing. So we know that he's not going. Yes.
Repeat it.
Titi very publishing.
So you have some fat figures. And you are telling us you are going back to
so it's symbolic. We know that he's trying to say that Mahama's administration cannot give a better
condition for
economic condition for Ghanaians.
Yeah. That's what
not even that's that's the meaning I get from his post. So it's obvious. I think he's entitled to say something like that. Just that we shouldn't also defend him as saying something else. And obviously he has shown signs that he belongs to NPP. He has done songs for them. He has done some form of endorsement for MPP before. So for him saying this, I mean, this shouldn't even be a debate. It's him trying to also talk for the political party that he supports or he has a sympathy for. It's as simple as that. So for me, I think it is within his right to write whatever he wants to write. But it is also within our right to interpret it the way we are doing it. And for me, I think it's a shade to John Mahama's presidency. And this one, time will tell. And I think Mahama is coming for his second term, and he has experience to do a better job than he did the first time. So, Obede Sokins, I think I would suggest to him that he should upgrade to Kivu Gari to help him.
Well, I know in the studio those who are for NDC and those who are not.
That's how you also
I am responsible for what I say,
Mm-hmm.
but I am not responsible for the way you understand it.
Fact.
You are within your own right to think whatever you would want to think. But the explanation or the best explanation will lie with the person who actually makes the statement.
Good.
Sarkodie made a very simple statement. Going back to Gari, Sokins like we never left. We all know Sarkodie has been very vocal, whether to a certain political party or not. He has been very vocal in him talking about his situations, whether he is pleased or not. This is it. When he was not pleased with Dumso, he said it.
Sir,
Yeah, but yes, no. Don't make him a point. When he was not pleased with Dumso, he said it.
Sir?
He was very emphatic with it.
Okay.
When
Which
he
year, please?
When he was not pleased with Dumso, he was very emphatic with it. It was very vocal. He put it in a song. Everybody heard it. When he was pleased with the free SHS thing, he was very vocal. He put it in a song. Everybody heard it. So it could be that it is not to, maybe it is to your disadvantage. That is depending on the government in power. Say we na ninji ho awaka. Say we na ninji ho awaka. Ebia, unfortunately for the government in power now, which is the NDC, as at the time now, you displeased with whatever is going on. No kind. Fortunately for the other party, the time he was pleased with whatever is going on, he said it. Now, his statement currently is very simple. Going back to Gari Sokins, I don't know why you would want to connect this as a shade to somebody that has been sworn in. When we know how the person is very vocal in terms of communicating whatever he feels economically. You understand? So if you would want to translate it, then there are so many translations you can give this. 1001. One has to do with Sarkodie is a creative person. And whatever he says can mean that, okay, R2Bs has an album, Back to Basics. And on that album, they went as far back to the style that they started with. They went as far back to the how they started with. You understand? So him saying that, okay, I am going back to Gari Sokins like I never left. Could be that, okay, now people have even been saying recently that, Sarkodie, she has her lyrics now one way. You are too relaxed. There's no fire. We want to go back to the Gari. We want to go back to the basics. It could mean that. It is very simple.
Fact.
It is very simple. He wants to go back to the basics.
Yeah.
And that is Sarkodie.
To do it like the
Azonto days. And even
if
if we don't want to connect it to any other thing, the statement itself is self-explanatory. This is somebody that we all agree is well to do. Yeah, for
sure.
And if you want to talk about Gari in its simple term, make yourself how many times will be to say Sarkodie di Gari? 1 out of 10. You understand? So if a person of that caliber says, Charlie, now I want to go back to Gari like I never left. You see, it is any Adriani or person you.
wow.
Whether he comes to say it out to the public or not, that is what he feels as a normal human being.
Fact.
And you see, we want to also talk about timing. We want to also talk about timing here.
Okay.
If we want to hang Sarkodie and say what he's saying now for expressing how he feels as a normal human being, a bad timing, then we should not. Then people, everybody who actually insulted Sarkodie and called him out during the time normal year demonstration said he should come and speak, it's not being fair to Sarkodie.
How?
Because we all will agree, say, these creatives or these influential people should not just come and speak because people are talking or people are calling them out.
True.
They should speak in their own time. Hey,
Yeah, of course.
they should speak
agree
at
with
the
that.
time they want to speak.
Yeah.
It may be coincidental. It may clash with certain things at certain times.
I disagree.
But whether it is in your feelings,
Wow.
you see, it may collide with whatever you want to say. That is you. But the Sarkodie that I know, until he comes out to be emphatic, said this particular statement is talking about the economic management of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I am not going to connect it even to that level. Why? Because I know Sarkodie. If he wants to talk about economic hardship, he will come plain and say it.
Straight up.
He has done it before. There is a record there to show in his song. The one that he is pleased, he said it. And even, you see, even when he said the Nanatwaso, he was very emphatic on just one thing. That is the free SHS. He never mentioned any other thing that the NPP government or that the government in power had done to him that he liked. And even when
But
he
to
was
say Twaso means you like everything.
no. You see, yes.
everything.
So no.
No, it doesn't mean
Chemu.
If you don't like everything,
Mimi per free SHS. Mimi per free SHS. Mimi kase.
Maybe you are doing your submission. You said so many things, but you landed one point. I like this.
I like this one.
If
Continue.
you say continue, I will say things that you don't like. It's part
That
of
is
it.
but you see, Mebao.
If you say don't say any
in the
other thing
NPP
but this
administration,
one,
in
then
the
we are
NPP administration,
Yeah.
Sarkodie says he likes the free SHS. There's another person who also is a sympathizer of NPP who doesn't like the free SHS.
Okay.
Everybody is talking about what they like and their interest of which they would want you to continue. Like I said, Sarkodie, even after making that statement in the song, was asked whether he stands by it, and he says yes, he stands by it.
Because he's an NPP.
No, you see, if you want to connect it, because I have not seen Sarkodie wave NPP flag.
Oh,
I have, you see, then you see, calling people, tagging people with that emphasis, saying, okay, being emphatic, saying they are this sympathizer, they are because of their actions and inactions.
Thank you.
Then, then we should actually not hang anybody. If anybody comes out to say, okay, I want you to campaign for this party or that party, we shouldn't, because we are all, our actions and inactions will do one way or the other. So if Sarkodie even says this and you want to connect it to that, there is no need for you to go for his head. That is me my own. Because there are some people who have never held any political flag before.
Okay.
And when you ask them, they will still tell you that they are not affiliated to any political party. So the first one is, we agree these people should talk at their own time.
Yeah.
This is the time that he decided to come and say whatever he feels. He has said it.
We agree.
If the timing is wrong for you, it is wrong for you.
It is not wrong for anybody, but we know what he's talking about.
That
It's
is
a simple argument.
Now let him land. I'll give you some one minute.
You think you know, but you don't know more than the person that made the statement.
Okay.
The intention behind that particular statement may mean a different thing to you. He agrees and we respect that. But then it doesn't still change whatever he's saying. It is just like a knife. You can use to cook. You can also use to do any other thing. It doesn't mean that the knife is a bad tool.
Okay. Thank you. Lord, I'm giving you 1 minute for a
Thank you very much.
1 minute.
God bless you for the opportunity once again. Yeah. Now, I want to make this statement. We were in Ghana. Sarkodie went on radio and made a very life-threatening how should I put this guy?
Life-threatening.
More or less like upper trend, no. Say he was going to feature the biggest artist in the world.
Oh, it was not
he
Sarkodie who
didn't-
said
It wasn't Sarkodie.
wasn't-
No,
It
no.
was Sarkodie.
Now who said that?
I think DJ
Posse
made
G.
that.
Posse G said
Oh,
it.
no.
Posse G.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Posse G.
He was
Whether
working
you like
with
it or
Sarkodie
yes,
then.
whoever said it is within the team.
Yeah.
Now, thank you for the
Not an
correction.
official member of the
And
team.
Then
Sarkodie came to distance himself from that statement.
Yes.
Oh, I beg
It
you.
is on record.
The
Yeah,
He
reason
did.
he did. Hold on, let me also You see, I would believe the actions of humans than to believe the talks of humans.
Of course.
If
Don't
Sarkodie
listen to
should
what
tell
they
me his MPP and he acts NDC, I'll believe his action than to believe his talks.
That's fine.
If I'm to wait for Sarkodie to tell me that he's MPP, I think I'm fooling myself. When he's showing signs, you are showing me signs and symptoms of malaria, I say I should tell you his fever. I'll wait. Now let me show you. When he said that, the reason why Sarkodie came out to clear and they said, "Omo dropping you now, omo who say Ghana for na no." I say, that was why he had to come and clear the air. If he really show Ghanaians, you think they go clear him? Well, you not say when he told Esud in a track, he'll be the statue for him. What has he not said?
I said, no, you don't.
That-
No,
that one
those
was
are
easy.
good.
That-
Oh,
that-
okay, those words are my heaven.
Driving my Lamborghini, almost said
Okay, it is how I
Lamborghini.
say my heaven is serious.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
I'm also telling you, frankly, that in Commander Obedi, yes, distancing himself from that statement is because Ghanaians didn't accept it the way they envisioned it. Trust me.
Oh,
If
but-
not,
but-
why did he keep it silent till it dropped? You should have dropped the way you dropped the sock. You should have dropped it there so that we know that your DJ was playing. Why did you wait after it dropped? You realized something going around. Then you came to say that.
All right. Your 1 minute is up. Chamo, you also want to do anything?
I think I've said enough.
Okay.
For me, I would just say that he has every right to say the things that he say, but we know what it means. I mean, for those who are trying to spin it, I mean, it won't wash.
You are not
That's why
spinning, but some people are spinning.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how best we can do these two stories in one, so we can save some time. First, we have seen some gossip about Shatta Wale's 2.5 million.
What the price at
dollars.
home?
And that's what the gossip. That's what I'm saying. It is the gossip.
Okay.
Wale himself wrote it.
That $2.5 million mansion at Trazako. That we've seen some photos, we've seen some videos online, and I want to ask my people, how does it make him feel as a star to be owning such a facility? In fact, I know of something like that, but we are all waiting for the proper
Official
and
communication.
But for now, you go on social media and it's there. Some people have even published it on online. On this platform, we can also say it as well. And apart from that, a gentleman has also put, should I say, a feature of a sort together. And in the feature or the article, he seems to be suggesting that to him, if there is one person that he will pick as a choice for Artist of the Year in this year's award scheme, King Paluta will be one of his picks. He says why King Paluta is a leading candidate for Artist of the Year. And if you read further of the article, it mentions some of King Paluta's achievements. In fact, plenty of them. Some of them we know, some of them we might not know. I want us to put these two stories together so we can just combine them and run away. Chabo, maybe you can start this one for me.
Okay. It's an interesting one for the Shatta Wale's mansion and the issue happening. I mean, it's obvious. Sometimes you always...
So let me say this. I know because of my position. Someone say, okay, Sammy Flex, so what do you know? What I know, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not in an official position to communicate yet.
Yes.
So I want to say that so that you guys can feel free to speak. What I know about the mansion, I know. But I'm not in any official position to speak currently until time is due. Yes,
we
go
understand
ahead.
that. I think it's nice, or what I would say is we all wish that we get something like that. Okay. So when you see that someone is in a position to afford something as huge as the mansion, the way the people are talking about it, I think it's nice. You just dream of it. You just wish that one day you two you get there. And I think Shatta Wale, what he has done in the music industry, what he's been doing, he deserves something like this.
Okay.
That's what I would say. So if it is true, at this point, we wouldn't be emphatic like that. We know that something like that is coming up, but it shouldn't come from me. So I would say,
Who will bail the cat?
yeah. So I would say, yeah, if something like this is true, obviously he deserves it.
Okay.
He has worked so hard to get to this point, even after coming into the industry, going back for so many years, and then came back to get to where he is now, at the point that everybody is mentioning his name, and even the international space, people are, talking about him. I think he deserves it.
Okay.
And so for me, I think we will just congratulate him for the things that he has done so far, and including owning a mansion like that. It's
Rolls Royce. That one we all.
The Rolls Royce, yeah, that one is out.
Yeah,
so yes,
that one we can
so
boldly hit out
he's
anything.
just
It is
proving.
coming.
He's just proving to us that the industry, we have money in it. I mean, you just have to work hard and work smart, as people will say it, and also don't just use your money anyhow. I mean, manage it in a way that you can do things like this. There are some people who may be making something close to what Shatta Wale is making, but they don't have anything to show for it, and it's because they are not managing themselves well. That's why I disagree that you can't think that people can manage themselves, and if you manage an institution. So for me, I think he has done well, and at this point, I will congratulate him and say, yeah, kudos to him and the things that he has done in his life as a musician or as an entertainer.
Okay.
Yeah. With the Paluta case, at this point, there are two things here. Some people will lobby or say campaign for their favorite.
Okay.
It's one thing. And some people genuinely may also feel that, I think he has done enough to deserve it. At this point, I don't know where I'll put the person who wrote the article.
Okay.
Whether he's campaigning for Paluta or he genuinely sharing his opinion.
Facts, yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. So we will combine the two. I think Paluta has done well. But for me to say that he deserves it, like he has to win, will be a huge thing for me. I think it's too early for me to go that direction. But I think considering him as part of those who have the potential to win, I am with the person. I think yes, we have to consider him the year under review. I think he has done enough to get that recognition. But as to whether he will win or not, I think for me it's too early for me to say things are in that manner or in that direction. But I think he deserves to be part of those people, and he was all over the place. If I have to mention other names, I'll mention Fameye and Kim Promise. I think Kim Promise did well last year. In fact, he came close to taking it, and I think this time around he will have a better chance because of what he has done again this year. And for me, I think we have to add somebody like Fameye and Kim Promise. So my surprise here is the fact that the person will focus on only Paluta. So that's where you know that BB will.
It's an agenda.
Yeah, for sure.
Will you also ask Tomboy as your picks?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think still he has done enough to be in the space. But as to whether he can win, I will, in terms of percentage, I will put him behind somebody like Kim Promise, or Family.
Wow. Anyways, let me go on to Roland Amate and get his opinion as well. Two topics in one, a twin topic, gossips, leakages, and photos and videos that we've seen online suggesting that Shatta Wale is about to unveil some mansion. According to the gossips, it is estimated to be around $2.5 million. Like I'm saying, I know what I know until it is official for me to also say what I know. But then, Paluta has also been picked as one of the favorites for Artist of the Year race in this year's music award. And Roland will speak to these issues.
Blue Array. I say young catcher say Blue Array. Montrain say Blue Array catcher.
Okay.
The thing is that I've seen videos, some snap videos of Shatta Wale's mansion or new house online and whatever, and it has a big pool, a big swimming pool. The swimming pool that has been the heart attack and the headache of some people in this country. It has a swimming pool.
Now when some parties are talking, they go like, it's not about artists having a swimming pool.
Artists do not say I was swimming
to be all them. At said the award no uko be cramai cage ahụ. Kakra single room ne cramai dia. Unim ubetimi ayebi. Udani chip never back ma cramai. My point is very simple. I mean, Famia in one of the interviews talked about how even when Shatta Wale flaunts his money and even his jewelries motivate him. And that is the angle that I would want everybody to see some of these things from. What to feel until so you huna tobi. Until so you huna tobi. Obi yo hieni a yembizase intidien. Yembizase obi yo hieni intidien. And so you see keni so amen ko bizase obi sike intidien. Wa sika de eye. E wo se obia eye no ho no pebi. Intina me, I am always very happy when people in the space actually give some of these testimonies. Because we still have people who have different mentality about our space. Which they are discouraging. Yes, just like any other sector, there is the ups and downs. Any sector more. And the people that like but it doesn't mean that the space is not lucrative. I know whenever people say, oh, I got this out of music, some people just tune their mind to streams and that is it. You being a creative and being a successful person in that space, it not be only what you're doing, but it goes beyond that. And whenever Shatta comes out to say, oh, I acquired this through music, I acquired this through music, I acquired that through music. It motivates some of us to go like, hey, so one thing can serve as like a route or something that known a bit now as a pivot to actually give you some level of branches of income like that. And that is what will make your life as good as he's living. So yes, if you want to see this as a kutia, you day in your feelings, you can see this as a kutia. You can see his swimming pool as a kutia. You can see the videos that I'm seeing. You can see it as a kutia. But some people will also see this as motivation, and people will also know that, okay, the space is lucrative. We just need to position ourselves well. Is there a way that we can study some of these people who are successful in the space? It is not only about Shatta Wale. There are other successful people. But then we wish some of them will be able to tell us, actually, I had this through music. So if tomorrow, also check and go from Tema to Dansoma, you should have that motivation. Say, okay, if I position myself and I learn well on the job, I will also be able to acquire some of these things that these people are acquiring. If you see them like that, you will get them like that. The Paluta, at this point there, yes, he deserves the Artist of the Year, just like any other person that also stands the chance to contend. Yes, he deserves it, because in the year under review, he's done so much that if you pick the criteria, he will be able to take certain boxes. But when it comes to some of these conversations, I always tell people that the politics in the game currently will determine whether you take it or not. Whatever work that you have, whatever work that you have to show, everybody has it too. It not be you per work. When you were blowing, your songs were banging. It wasn't only your song. Yes, a winner takes all kind of situation. But whilst you are collecting, somebody too was collecting from the side. If they connect for here, somebody too they connect for somewhere. You understand? So, but the politics and how you play it will determine whether you pick it or not. Last year, between King Promise and Stoneboy, it was just politics. It wasn't anything. It had nothing to do with their works, had nothing to do with their where the Kobo show, where the Kobo show, where the Kofro have actually. No, it was politics. It was which strings are you ready to push? How far are you ready to go? King Paluta, I've seen his interview with Delay when he was asked whether he thinks he stands a chance of picking it. He was trying to be
he wasn't straightforward with it.
I want him to understand that the politics starts from him. The kind of communication he will give will determine. Black Sheriff, at a point, people wanted to vote for him during one of the TGMA editions. From the beginning of the campaign, he never posted a flyer, never said anything. Until last minute. No, Shaxi, yes, so co-interview. That was when people were asking, do you really want it?
Yeah.
Some people would vote for you or would want to campaign for you from the energy you give them.
Yeah, the narrative.
So if you think you deserve it and you want to do, share. Evo Ghanaian is not being diplomatic in this competition. Forget it. So King Paluta, unless maybe he doesn't want to, the people that want awards, they don't hide it.
Right.
The people that want, Shatta Wale says he doesn't want award. He is there or not in the baby. So award nobody is nobody Gari But the people who want award, they don't hide it. They go all out. So me, the guy writing the article, I will tell him that there should be a letter. He should rather channel it as a letter to King Paluta. And tell him to actually be serious with the conversation. If he wants it, he should start campaigning for it, because as much as he may have to pull certain strings and start the politics by himself, others are also waiting to see the fire that he is bringing, for them to know that, okay, let's give it to this guy. Else, industry way. Oh yes. Oh this medical boy 70 that Uncle Bisano.
Interesting times. Yes, Long John will close the show for us. Long John, on the two topics.
Yeah, so the first is about Shatta Wale's home. We would like to congratulate One Don for that massive mansion. You see, these are some of the things, like Roland rightly said, these are some of the things we would love to see people we refer to as role models have, because there are things that we saw them when they started. You understand? So when we see them reach these heights, then you believe you can also get there.
Okay.
Understand? One thing I would like to also send out there is, I mean, we know someone came out to say, some of his lifestyle is acceptance and stuff. Bosu, that person is saying it today is Legon. Watch your life. Sit down, then watch your life. Then watch where Shatta Wale start from. See where you start from. If you don't start from where you did, then take that one, advise yourself. Whether it be settings or not, it be between two rich men. They talk them a matter. You know they concern you. You will come comment section and that can write, this be setting, FO self get back. The FO, you don't know you. You know concern about you. Somebody say he has bought 2.5 million worth of mansion. And that is more or less like his retirement home. Bro, 200 cedis square with me. So all I have to say is the negative energy. We should be ready to celebrate our superstars. Somebody like Shatta Wale is not just a celebrity; he's a superstar. Now the difference is too clear. A celebrity is only celebrated in their own home, but you see superstars, when they get to another country, they are aware somebody has entered. That is who Shatta Wale is. I think he's one of the only celebrity superstars in Ghana that has enjoyed the luxury of a private jet for an international event. I don't think any of our top stars have ever enjoyed that, except during the xylophone days. And they cried, Inter. And some African countries. You understand?
But I've seen Bisake there also fly to, I think, one of the African countries. Guinea also.
So I said like some African
West
countries.
Kid also flew.
No, please. Take your time. Let me come there. Let me come there. So, in Ghana, I think he's the only superstar that has flown a private jet out of the country into another country and has been celebrated. And achievement like this, we are not supposed to undermine. It is not easy for someone who has no record label, no formal structure in to be called an industry, and he's able to pull these feats. You understand? He's able to buy a Range Rover for his girlfriend on his the baby shower, get himself an Escalade on his birthday. These are not small feats. You understand? And for him to crown it all with a 2.5 million mansion, we should use that to motivate ourselves. Settings or no settings, it be between two rich men. Me and you, as we still the hustle, where we know if we see 2.5 million now, we can respect on ourselves. When the rich men talk them a matter. 2, he has also been able to raise the standard and the image of Ghanaian celebrities high. Because for the first time, we have seen a celebrities mansion that we can say, where they able to compete in Nigeria for.
This is it. Yeah.
This is it. Because we've always been seeing Nigerian celebrities' houses. Master, we compare to our own and we know that, it's far. You know just far, it's long.
Like
where it's wide. Because if people like P Square are able to shoot music videos in their house and we see the kind of mansion they are shooting that video in, and we ask ourselves, when will we have superstars like this, having things like this? And Shatta is able to bring something like this out. I think it's only good as a citizen for us to applaud him rather than get at him. Because this is not just a good image for our celebrities, but it's also a good image for our creative art. It means our artists are doing things right. It means our artists are also understand the business. You understand? Because these things we see Shatta Wale do is what we have been seeing the Whiskey, the Davido do.
Okay.
You understand? So we really want to applaud Shatta Wale also. And I think this is one of the tiniest, because I know he's going to get, because this year the things manager make I know
Hard.
he go be crazy.
Hard.
This is just the beginning.
Hard.
Back to Paluta. Paluta, I think he's a very strong contender for the award. I wouldn't undermine his efforts in the year under review. But I also say, for now, I'll keep it at this. Listen to what Roland said. Start the narrative. Then we see if you can follow. That's all. And whoever wrote that message, it's better you address it as a letter, because if your man doesn't start the narrative, we don't know if you go take or you don't go take.
Okay. Let's say they don't know how to start. How should they start?
If Paluta should go and start with an interview that he needs the awards. Try to play diplomatic. Unya award biya. Unya award sonko biya. And this industry, like he said, 7-0 them. And it cannot his song go. As also controversies. So on 7-0. So I beg you, start it. Then we see where we pick it from.
Start the conversation. Yes. Tell the people you want the award.
Now
the movers and shakers that are supposed to actually continue the conversation and make sure you get it.
Right.
And what's our efficacy for me?
Thank you. Thank you.
Efficacy for me.
Thank you. And
then we know that you are taking.
And another,
if you don't know, go ask Stonebwoy.
Yeah.
Efficacy for me. Portfolio community na
and another conversation I want to add. You also need it. Carriano, among all the list of nominees, only Abia Kuku Smoke. And I'm here. And just like he said, politics ne woman. I was saying Yama kum. Nan komo kum mau. Yinya ye kum. Thank you very much.
Oh my world. Well, these are facts shared by my people here. Take it or leave it, hate it or like it. These are the real happenings, and that is what you guys must know. Well, at this stage, the floodgate is opened for you to also share your opinion and views. We will be willing to read from you as well. Special thank you to Roland Amate, to Intimdo Solomon Chemo, and to man like Long John. Remember, we are still going to say some more, so stay tuned here for some updates. Let me say thanks to the production team, Sam Tuga, Theophilus Digosh, and Buju Lens, and big shout outs to Clifford as well. Very soon, you guys will be seeing some more and new faces here on the channel. We are here until we are here no more. See you. We're out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. That beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Push sugar level, fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.